What is going on, Kryptic crew? This is your boy Kryptic Flash here, bringing you guys our Week 5 team builder against Garchomp the God, head coach of the Lawrence Talonflames. If you guys are hyped, make sure you guys hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you're new to join the Kryptic crew. Last week, you guys, we had ourselves a nice little win over my good friend JP3. If you guys missed that video, make sure you go check that out. This week we are facing Garchomp the God, and his team is kind of ridiculous. As you guys can see up there, he's got some crazy power, and he's crazy. He's crazy. He is 4-0, I believe. We're 2-2, so we got ourselves a little bit of a challenge coming up here. But I will go break his team down by his picks. First up, we got Tapu Fini. Now, Tapu Fini is a very nice wall, gets defog to clear hazards, and it can either be set up with Calm Mind, or it could just be super defensive. It's just a bulky Pokemon. Water Fairy is always two very good stabs with Moonblast and Scald. I believe he gets Hydro Pump as well. So that could be pretty spooky. He could run specs, he could run lefties. It all depends on whether he wants it to be bulky or more of a physical mon, or not physical, but offensive mon. So that's something to keep an eye out for. Next up is his Garchomp. Now Garchomp can be a little bit spooky too, just because it can get access to Fire Blast if he wants to try to run some kind of a special Garchomp, or if he just wants special coverage on his Garchomp. Otherwise, he gets Stealth Rocks. Scarf Chomp could be scary. I've seen him the last couple weeks. He's been bringing Swords Dance Garchomp. So something that I have kind of noticed in watching some of his battles in the past is he does like to try to set up on you. So we need to be very careful in our switches, knowing that a possible Calm Mind or Swords Dance is possible. So we need to just be very careful with that. Garchomp also gets Earthquake. A very strong Earthquake, Poison Jab for coverage on Fini, and what is my other fairy? Gardevoir. There we go. And just kind of crazy moves like that. So he does have the Groundium Z, as you guys can see. So this could be a potential Z user for him. He could have a Z Earthquake or something like that. So we need to definitely keep an eye out for that as well. I think that is probably one of his biggest mons that he'd have a Z move on. He could also have it on that Heatran, or those are pretty much his big 2 Z users. So next up is his Kartana. Now Kartana, being an Ultra Beast, has that Beast Boost ability, and now that's a very spooky thing to consider, because if he starts getting knockouts, we've seen it with Celesteela, he can just kind of keep running shop. This thing has base 108 speed, or 109. I think it's actually base 109. And if he scarfs it and just starts hitting my team with Sacred Sword or something crazy, and just starts picking up kills, it can snowball and become a huge threat. So it's something to watch out for. The plus side with Kartana is you have your Smart Strike is one of the moves you're running, Sacred Sword and Leaf Blade, and then either Swords Dance or some other coverage, depending on what you want to run. If he wants to be AV, I know Kartana has really low special defense, so if he wants to try to counteract that with AV, he can. Otherwise, I'm predicting it probably either going to be Scarf, or he's going to bring Swords Dance to try to set up and keep this thing, sweep with this thing. Give it the broom and let it sweep away. Next up is his Heatran. Now this is another Rock Setter on his team. Heatran is just kind of a big defensive mon. It can be physical. It's more often run special with Earth Power, Lava Plume, Magma Storm, Flash Cannon. Probably Stealth Rocks if he does bring it. I'm going to assume that this is his Stealth Rock Setter. He could give this thing an Air Balloon to keep it off the ground, so that some of my mons that can learn Earthquake don't hit him with Earthquake. But we have fighting threats, so I don't know if he'll rely so much on an Air Balloon. He'll probably just bring leftovers, if I were to imagine, if he does bring this thing. But yeah, it's all around a good mon. It can tank any hit pretty much. and it really scares out Nihilego, Tracheon. Healerless can't do much. What else can't really touch this thing? Mega Aggron doesn't want to take a Lava Plume or a Magma Storm just because Mega Aggron doesn't have the greatest special defense. So we gotta keep that in mind. Next up is his Rotom. Now Rotom is it's a wild card because you never know what it's gonna do, right? It could be a Scarfer with Trick. It could be Specs. It gets Volt Switch. It's got that Ghost Stab. Will-O-Wisp to status your Mons. It's a Rotom, so you just gotta keep your eye out for it. What it's gonna do. I could see it being a Tricker. Him trying to get cheeky and try to trick something of mine. With a Scarf, that would probably be his best option. Otherwise, try to trick a Band onto my Primarina or something like that. But I do think that this could be, if he does bring it, I'm going to expect something really cheeky, and yep, Trick is very possible. It's very likely. So we got to definitely keep an eye out on that. Next up is Kyurem, and Kyurem is a monster. If you give it Specs or Scarf, this thing can just kind of run through teams with Ice Beam, Draco, Earth Power. So it's got coverage for Mega Aggron. It's just a good mon, you guys. It's another legendary. It's just amazing, and it's nuts. Next up, he's got Necrozma. Now Necrozma is Hoopa and Necrozma have put me through the ringer this week trying to prepare for them because I don't really have any great checks. I mean, Pangoro kind of checks Necrozma, but the thing is Necrozma, he could get Drain Punch, or I think he can even get Dazzling Gleam, and that just one-shots Pangoro. So I don't think that is a sufficient check. I really don't have anything that wants to take these guys on. So I'm really, really hopeful that he doesn't bring either of them, but I could see him bringing at least one. I really hope he doesn't bring two, because both Necrozma and Hoopa, because we could have some issues there. Necrozma, as I said, it could be physical, it could be special. It's got that new move, Photon Geyser. If you guys don't know what that does, it utilizes your highest stat, whether it be your attack or your special attack. So whichever one is higher, it will hit on that side, making it very versatile and very spooky to go up against, because he could run physical Necrozma for Primarina. If you run special Necrozma, that's best case scenario, because Primarina kind of has a heyday against that thing. He can't really do too much. I could see him setting up with Rock Polish. He gets Rock Polish for setup. He gets a lot of coverage with moves like Heat Wave and Power Gem and things like that nature. I'm pretty sure he gets Dark coverage and Dark Pulse. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe he gets that. So it's just a huge diverse move set, so it's hard to place what he's gonna be rocking. Usually Photon Geyser is guaranteed. He could run some kind of setup move. He could also be sub if he wants to pull that kind of shenanigans, but it's something very spooky that we definitely need to keep an eye out for if he brings it, and we need to play smart. I know Primarina, if he is physical, can live at least 2 hits, and 2 Moonblasts will knock it out. So I don't want to waste Primarina on just a Necrozma, but if we have to, we can. Next up is going to be his Mega Beedrill. Now the thing with Mega Beedrill is it's just super fast. It's got the adaptability, making its poison jabs and U-turns and X scissors just do a lot of damage. Now the plus side with this is that our Mega Aggron pretty much counters Mega Beedrill. Even if it's running Drill Run, Mega Aggron can still eat. It's like a three shot on Mega Aggron, so I can still eat it and go for a heavy slam and body this thing. So I'm not too worried about it. I actually don't know if he will bring it, just because we have a lot of rock typing on our teams and just Pokemon that can one-shot this thing. So if he brings it, we have answers, but I don't really foresee it coming. Next up is the beast itself, Hoopa Unbound, you guys. This thing, I need to tell you guys this thing's stats, because they're just kind of nutty. They are nutty for sure. Hoopa Unbound is just a crazy, crazy mon, you guys. Let's see, Hoopa. Base stats, you guys. Base attack, he's rocking 160 base attack. Base special attack, 170. Like, either it could be physical, it could be special, it doesn't matter, you guys. Now, its downfalls are its defense is only base 60, and speed is base 80. So, it's not, like, the slowest mon around, but it does suffer from a little bit of the lacking in the speed category. But this thing, you guys, if we can't get rid of it, it just runs through my team. Two shots Mega Aggron easy with Drain Punch, giving it back some HP. It can run through Primarina. I think Primarina takes at least 2 hits, so that's why Primarina is a check to this thing as well, and that's why I am hopeful that he only brings Necrozma or Hoopa and not both of them. So I feel like he sees how well those two do on my squad, that he would be kind of silly not to bring both of them, but we're just gonna keep our fingers crossed. Then last but not least is that Smeargle over there. Now Smeargle, of course, is a very scary mon, just in the fact that it can learn absolutely every move with the sketch ability, or the sketch allows him to learn every move. So this thing could learn V-Create, it can learn Sticky Webs, it can learn Rocks, it can learn whatever move he needs it to learn, it can learn it. So what I'm very fearful of, and what my team that I brought is very fearful of, is the webs, because we are relying a lot on our speed control. So that is something that I'm very scared of. If he brings webs and we are not able to get those webs off of our side, it's pretty much GG from there. So that is something we need to know. If he leads with Smeargle, I could lead with something fast, go for Volt Switch or U-Turn to get some chip on it, and then go into something that can for sure kill it, and then try to maneuver around to get my my clearing hazard removal on the field and try to get rid of those. So that's what we got going on. Now before I get into my team, I do want to let you guys know that I did end up dropping not Mega Salamence, but just regular Salamence for Latios. So my reason for doing that is because I feel like what I wanted out of Mega Salamence, Latios is able to do in a more effective way. I wanted Mega Salamence as another defogger and as an offensive threat. And don't get me wrong, Mega Salamence he's a beast, or not Mega Salamence. I keep saying Mega Salamence. Regular Salamence is a beast, but I think that with my team, Latios made a little more sense. Now Mega Salamence, I would have loved. Regular Salamence, I would have loved if he could have been like a Z captain and we could have given him a Z fly and things of that nature. But unfortunately, we're only given one Mega Z stone, a Z crystal, instead of Z captains. So we didn't have the Flyinium Z. That went early. We didn't get the Dragon Z move. That went early as well. So I felt like Salamence just kind of was handicapped coming into the team. So that's why I wanted to drop him. Defog on Salamence, he comes in on Rocks and takes 25%. Now, Latios, on the other hand, comes in, takes 12%, has recovery with Roost, has base 110 speed. So that's pretty clutch. It can be a physical sweeper with Dragon Dance and Dragon Claw and Zen Headbutt, all that stuff. And it can be a special sweeper with Calm Mind, Psychic, Draco Meteor, Dragon Pulse. He just gets great coverage on the special side. I believe you can learn Ice Beam as well, and that just kind of wrecks shop and all that good stuff. So that's my main reason for dropping Salamence for Latios. Now we are going to go over my squad and who I will be bringing and why I'm bringing them and all of that good stuff. So first up, we have our Mega Aggron. Mega Aggron is coming once again just because it is a great wall. Obviously, Mega Aggron, Juggernaut, that's what he is. He just takes hits, can dish out damage, rocking the Heavy Slam for pretty much Kyurem, Beedrill, if he wants to bring it. Heavy Slam just kind of hits everything just because he is just a big Pokemon. So Heavy Slam does the work. Earthquake for that Heatran if he wants to bring that in. Otherwise, Earthquake does the most to Tapu Fini. Tapu Fini has that Water Fairy typing, so Heavy Slam is only neutral on him. instead of super effective, which is kind of annoying. But, I mean, what can you do? I then Fire Punch for that Kartana. Kartana is only doing like a max of 20% to our Aggron. So 2 Fire Punches should take out Kartana for sure. I don't have any attack investment, or I have very little attack investment in Mega Aggron here. He's more just to take sponge hits and try to set up rocks and try to get his big threats like Kartana and Heatran out of the way. This thing handles Kyurem pretty handily as well. And then Mega Beedrill, like I said, his drill runs are 3, if not a 4 shot to our Juggernaut. So if he wants to lead Mega Beedrill, we lead Juggernaut and we win that battle 9 times out of 10. So that is my reasoning for Mega Aggron. Our next Pokemon, you guys, is going to be our Terrakion. Now, this week I gave Terrakion the Poisonium Z because that Tapu Fini is a pretty good check to bully here. If I had just regular Poison Jab or Iron Head is neutral. Poison Jab is only doing like 40%. If he's max HP, max defense, Acid Downpour into Poison Jab is doing about 75%. So that's if he's like built to take on physical hits and nothing else. It's doing 75%. So I'm thinking that if we can go ahead and get that Acid Downpour off on that Fini to get it out of here, that is a huge weight off of our shoulders, because that thing is a wall and it walls a pretty good chunk of my team. Not a lot of Pokemon like to go up against a Fini, and it's got the setup potential, and if he wants to go ahead and start setting up thinking that Bully can't take him out, we can go hit that Poison Z move and just wipe this thing out. Now, I haven't brought the Z Crystal at all this season, so I'm hoping that he's just kind of forgets about it and doesn't really plan for it, because I think that this would really blindside him and take him out. Because other than Poison Z move, Terrakion's really not doing much to this thing. So I could definitely see his Fini being a check for our Terrakion, and then we could catch him off guard with that Poisonium Z. So hopeful that works. Otherwise, we have close combat for that Heatran, for that Kyurem. First Smeargle, if he wants to bring that. The idea would be to pivot in a Bully and then just wipe that thing out with close combat, because nothing really wants to come in and switch in on a close combat. Rock Slide just to guarantee a hit on that Mega Beedrill if we need to. Mega Beedrill will outspeed, but a Drill Run is doing about 65 to 75% on our Terrakion, so we can live 1, and if we need to, we'll throw in Bully, take a Drill Run, and go for a Rock Slide and take out that Beedrill. So, and Poison Jab for the reason I discussed, Earthquake for that gosh darn Heatran. That thing is annoying, and Earthquake is just a good move. So, I mean, I have Earthquake on a couple mons, I think, this week, so it's just a good move and it hits really hard. So next up is our MVP, you guys. It is our beauty queen, Primarina. Now Primarina is going to be vital in this match this week, you guys. Taking on Necrozma, taking on Hoopa. We need Primarina. It also 1v1s that Tapu Fini with Energy Ball very nicely. We brought a Modest Nature to give it a little bit of a special attack boost so that it can two-shot things like Heatran. Hydro Pump actually is a close one-shot. It's a roll, but if we could get rocks up, get some chip on them, then we can for sure knock out with Hydro Pump or Scald if we need to. Moonblast obviously is going to be taking out the Garchomp. It's going to be doing damage to that Hoopa. Moonblast actually does more to the Fini than Energy Ball. I think. I don't know why I brought Energy Ball, to be honest. I'm not entirely sure. It was for that Fini. Maybe Energy Ball does a little bit more than Moonblast, but not much. So maybe if I need that little extra oomph, we go for Energy Ball. I'm not entirely sure why I brought Energy Ball, but I brought it, so that's what we're rocking. Moonblast also does work to, what else does it do work to? Kyurem, obviously. it hits that Hydro Pump hits that Kartana for pretty good damage. The main reason I like Primarina in this match is because if he wants to lock himself into Outrage with his Garchomp, Outrage does a tremendous amount to my team. But if he wants to lock himself in, it gives us a free switch into Beauty Queen, and then we could just go for a Moonblast and just hit something really hard. If he wants to lead Heatran to try to get his rocks up, we lead Beauty Queen and threaten him out with a Hydro Pump. And then something is taking a Hydro Pump and will not like it. But yeah, that's our Beauty Queen. She's holding leftovers to try to keep her health as high as possible. Now, I was really under the impression that Primarina got some kind of recovery, like Wish or something like that, or Moonlight. But it doesn't. It doesn't get any kind of recovery. So we need leftovers to come in clutch. This thing is max HP, max special defense to take on Heatran, to take on Feeny, to take on Hoopa. If he's special Hoopa. If he's physical Hoopa, we kind of just get blown back. So that is a little bit unfortunate, but that's kind of the reason that we have our next Pokemon here. Our next Pokemon is going to be Umbrella, our Heliolisk. Now, we are rocking the U-Turn Thunderbolt, Hidden Power, Ice for that Garchomp in case you want to predict an electric type move, and then Signal Beam. Now, U-Turn is more so that we can have guaranteed pivot, because I feel like momentum is going to be huge in this game. If we went with Volt Switch and he switched out into Garchomp, that would be highly unfortunate. We don't want to do that. And if he's Scarf Chomp, he does outspeed us and will kill us with the Earthquake. So that's kind of something we need to make sure we scout out for at the beginning, to try to figure out what kind of set he's rocking with his Garchomp. Because if he is rocking the Scarf, he scares us out, scares Umbrella out. But if he's not, we outspeed, and then a Life Orb, Hidden Power Ice does one-shot that thing. Unless he's holding a berry, which is very possible, but we do scare that thing out with Umbrella. Signal Beam is solely for that Hoopa. Signal Beam does 100 to like 107%. So it is a guaranteed knockout unless he's like crazy specially defensive or bulk invested. But if, or is it? I'm pretty sure even if he's like max Spadef, max HP, we do one shot. Let me check that real quick. If it's not, then oh well. I made my bed. I already gen my mons and they're all set to go. So if it doesn't, I'm kind of screwed. But Hoopa Unbound. Oh man, oh man. Shoot. Last. So if he's invested in defense, he does live. If he is not, if he's just straight offensive, we do take it out with a Signal Beam. The smarter move would probably be to U-turn out into something, maybe sack something off, get a free switch into Umbrella, then go for the Signal Beam. That could be a move. Also, U-turn is a two-shot, so if we need to, we could just double U-turn to try to keep momentum. But Umbrella here is for that stinking Hoopa. It answers that thing. It's not the greatest answer, but it is an answer, and that's what we need. It's just an answer for those things. It also kind of answers Necrozma in the fact that 2 Thunderbolts is doing a lot to it, so that could be something as well. We just need to be careful now that we gave it the Life Orb that we're not taking more damage than we need to. That's kind of a big thing. Our next Pokemon that we are bringing is our Delmise. Now, Ahoy here has shown up every week. It's going to be our spinner. I think it checks that Smeargle pretty well. That's why I kind of brought it, so I could make sure that webs are not on the field. That is Ahoy's main duty. This thing also, it's got Giga Drain, Hidden Power. We gave it a sassy nature because at the moment I had Earthquake on this thing for that Heatran. I might put Earthquake back on and get rid of... No. I'm going to keep the moves as is. So it's got Giga Drain, Hidden Power Ice for that Garchomp. Rapid Spin and Synthesis. Reason being for Giga Drain is this thing will, if it's one-on-one with a Tapu Fini, unless he's rocking HP Fire, which could be This thing will be able to 1v1 it, plus it's got the synthesis for the recovery. This thing is a max HP, max special defense breed, I think, because his defense is pretty decent, so I felt like he needed some special investment, because this thing is meant to be a wall, to take out Garchomp, to handle Feeny if we needed to, and to just kind of take hits and dish out, like, it'll dish out minuscule damage, but it's mainly just to keep hazards off the field, is the reason that we're bringing Ahoy. We brought him every week because he can take hits and get hazards off the field if we need him to. He hasn't done the most for us, but that's really not what he's here for. He's here to kind of absorb hits and get cheeky with hidden power ice, is what he's here for. So that's what we're bringing with our Ahoy. Our last Pokemon is the Pokemon that I picked up, you guys. We are bringing Spearmint, the new member to the Minnesota Lycanrocs. We're bringing a Choice Scarf variant. Now, the reason behind the Choice Scarf is Latios is a base 110 speed. So we have max speed investment, timid nature, to make sure that we are outspeeding everything on his team. That Kartana, mainly, we have hidden power fire for it. So if he wants to bring in Kartana, we just go for the hidden power fire and we just body it. The main reason being, if he is Scarf Kartana, he can go ahead, think that he's getting a sweep. We bring in Latios, Scarf, hidden power fire it, and just wipe it out. So that is the main reason that we're bringing in Scarf. Draco Meteor hits that Garchomp, hits Kyurem, hits pretty much everything hard. Thunderbolt is for that Feeny. We have Psychic for that Beedrill if we need it. And then Hidden Power Fire, obviously, for that Kartana. So 2 Draco Meteors are pretty much knocking out almost everything on his team. That's pretty much the reason behind it. Spearmint, I think, is going to be a clutch late game mon. If we can go ahead and get rid of some of his walls, we can do serious damage with that Draco Meteor. Hopefully, fingers crossed, hitting Draco Meteor, but for sure doing a lot of damage to his it one-shots freaking Beedrill, 2-shots Kyurem, I think it 2-shots Necrozma, 2-shots Stupid Hoopa, 1-shots Rotom, doesn't do anything to Heatran. That is a wall for our Spearmint, so he goes into Heatran, we go right out into our special wall with Primarina. Hopefully he's not setting up rocks, but if he is, so be it. We can spook him out with a Hydro Pump. Hydro Pump hits pretty much everything besides that Feeny, but if he wants to bring Feeny in, we just start going for Energy Balls or Moonblast. So that is the squad. The team I am predicting him to bring is going to be Feeny, Garchomp, Smeargle for those sticky webs, those stupid sticky webs, Kartana, Heatran, and then Necrozma or Hoopa, one of those two. If not both of them. If it were me and I saw my team, I would bring Hoopa, Necrozma, Feeny, Garchomp, Heatran, and Kyurem. I think that those guys could handle my team pretty good. Hopefully we have answers. Hopefully we can play correctly, make the right reads when we need to, make the right predictions when we need to, keep sticky webs off the field, and if we can do that, I think that we can pick up the win and go 3-2. It's a big match, and I'm really excited for it. I hope you guys are hyped. Make sure you guys hit that like button down below to show your support for your Minnesota Lycanrocs. Also subscribe if you're new to join the Kryptic crew. And that's going to be it for me, guys. This is Kryptic Flash. I'm out.